It's a scary time to be a marketer. For the last decade, and plus some, we've been adding new job functions and looking at how we revise marketing. We've added new functions from webmaster to SEO to digital marketing manager, all to try to keep up with what's trending. We have new channels like Facebook and Twitter and now Pokemon Go. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is a lot of people actually hate marketing. How many of you guys have actually been furious at a marketer? I have, and I'm in marketing. The problem is we have these push tactics and we try to push more and more on our customers. It's irrelevant and it's noise, and our customers don't like it. Which is why this year, over 50% of US internet users will have used a ad blocker technology of some sort. That's scary. So all those efforts, if any of you guys are marketers that you're putting out to get those efforts out, people are trying just as hard to stop them from getting that. But the reality is, our customers actually want to be engaged. They want to be engaged with our brand. They want to be engaged with the products they use. They want us to understand what their intent is and to grow with us. When I was a kid, I dreamed I could fly. So I tried. I just needed a cape, right? Put on a cape, and I jumped. Didn't fly. But my failure just resulted in a few bruises and stitches. But I got up and I said, I probably just need another cape. So I kept trying. I also learned as a kid that machines will talk to machines, and that we'll talk to machines. And that machines and computers will make our lives easier. Robotaxi will take me where I need to go. The one I really wanted was the Jetson maid who would clean my room. But today, we went from sci-fi joke to reality. Wingsuits help people fly. If you haven't seen these insane YouTube videos, they're worth checking out, during the break, of course. And we talk to computers. I bought the Amazon Echo just to see what it is when I heard about how popular it was, and I love technology. And I knew I would use it a little bit. I use it almost every day. But what shocked me is my wife and my 2.5-year-old daughter now use it as well. My wife really likes the add to my to-do list function. I prefer music, daily news, and also the shopping list too. And Google and Tesla have made autonomous cars a reality. And 11 automakers say that they will have this technology available to the public by 2020. That's less than 4 years away. So what does all this have to do with marketing? What it has to do with marketing is it means that we are living in a world that you guys are surrounded by technology. Wherever we go, we are immersed in it, and the world is digital. And the way that we as consumers, whether we're in B2B or B2C, our customers will experience and use and interact with our products is changing. And we need to think about how we can do that. The beautiful part about this is if we do listen to our customers, we will be able to deliver more value, we'll find better customers, and we'll be able to do it faster than ever before. A big part of what is enabling this change is the Internet of Things. It starts with cell phones and mobileware. It will go to our fridge, to our car, to wherever else. Every moment we have will be monitored, whether it's our heartbeat, our steps, our interactions with a website, or maybe in manufacturing, it's the interactions we have with a piece of equipment. Everything will be connected with a power switch, whether that's your fridge or your home or your car. And it only makes sense. If your car is connected to the internet and it knows where the closest gas station is, when you're low on fuel, why would it let you drive past it, right? So the question becomes, if we know everything about everyone, how far do we go? Or how far should we go? Before we answer that question, I just want to say, we as consumers, we expect this participation for companies. We like the participation when it's done correctly. Our expectations have increased on how we interact with devices, whether it be our car, our cell phone, the internet, or even customer service. And you're experiencing many of these interactions already. And so I want to figure out how we can redefine that customer experience by using the data and the tools we have this today. So let me give you a few examples of how this is being done. Who in the room is a PFL customer? Thank you, and that's awesome. And so hopefully you guys have experienced this to some level. And this is a very, very simple idea, but it'll help you maybe apply something like this in your business. When you call PFL, we use this technology called caller ID to know who you are. which seems pretty small. But what we do with that caller ID is we now route you to the best person to answer your phone call, and that would be your customer advocate team. And when that customer advocate picks up the phone to talk to you, they instantly get a screen pop that tells them all the relevant information that we've already captured about you, whether that's your past orders, whether that's your name, maybe it's your nickname, maybe it's your dog's name. But it helps them have a better interaction with you. When we launched this, probably about 10 years ago, we freaked customers out all the time. I can remember an interaction I had with a customer. She called, I was in a hurry, I said, "Oh, hey, Kathy," before she told me her name. And she says, "Hi." And I go, "Oh, it looks like your brochure order is going to ship today." And she just paused, silence. She was shocked, and then later she told me, "Am I your only customer?" So we have to use this technology responsibly, but now today, if you call your wireless carrier and they ask you, "What's your cell phone number?" don't you feel annoyed? So another great example of this in using the data about us to create a better experience is Google. And Google is known from the get-go that the experience you have with them is their product. And they've consistently delivered the best results, and this is why they became the top search engine. But the challenge lies is that the query that you put into that search box and the results you expect may be different than the person sitting next to you. So today, Google has to take that to a new level. And they have to look at your device that you're using, your location, your previous search history to deliver a very personalized experience in search. So no one gets the same results anymore in Google for the most part. It's pretty incredible. So we're at a technology conference, so I want to try to show you how it can be taken even a step further and do a live demo. I hope this works. Bozeman, Montana.
According to Wikipedia, Bozeman is a city and in the county seat of Gallatin County, Montana, United States, in the southwestern part of the state.
So pretty simple. Voice search, brings me back some results. She can't pronounce Bozeman, but that's all right. I won't hold that against her. But let's take this a step further. Population.
The population of Bozeman was 39,860 in 2013.
Elevation.
Bozeman's elevation is 4,793 feet.
So the cool part about that is Google took the context of my recent interactions with the search engine to deliver better results. It's called Contextual Search. I only said Bozeman, Montana once, but my subsequent queries were then based upon that. So instead of returning, if you just go to a voice search for elevation or population, you get the Webster definition turned back. It recognized that that's probably not what I was looking for if I was currently in the context of looking at information on Bozeman, Montana. I'm sure you guys can look at this technology and think about how you might be able to apply that to little micro interactions that we'll talk about more detail later within your business. And this makes great customer experience. This is about how we can use these small points of data to make our customers really excited about the product that we give them. And we can also use this in the marketing landscape and think about how we interact with our customers to really make them feel like they are our only customer every time. And so if you're looking to go do this, you don't have to be a Google or a Microsoft. I wasn't intending for you to be able to read this slide. This slide has about 3,900 different marketing technology providers who will provide technology to help you capture data, to help you understand the data, and to help you execute on the data. But you don't need, the important thing to think about is you don't necessarily need to start with the technology. The most important thing for creating great marketing experiences is to think about how we can have that human interaction. And that starts with the focus on the customer. And so we want to put the customer in the center of everything we do, to think about how those interactions with our product are going to drive that interaction and drive engagement. And make our product and our interactions with our company become the marketing itself. And while this is about big data, and looking at these great big data sets, it's as much about small data or micro interactions. And what I mean by that is we have this huge perceived value of what we can get out of these huge data sets. Peter talked about how fast the data is growing and how much content is out there, and how are we going to leverage that content based on current CPU power or just the talent that we have. And we need to take that perceived value and break it down into the small data points to make it actionable so we can actually act upon it. Google did it very simply by using just my previous search to deliver better results. We at PFL use a caller ID, pretty simple technology, to make that experience better. And then once we understand, we start collecting this data, and we've really listened to our customers to understand the context of how they want us to interact with them, we need to think about how we can build a framework for those interactions. And one of the things that we need to consider is what is the desired customer experience that we have during this interaction? And it's not about just pushing information on them. How do we give them the experience that they expect? An interesting thing is most customers don't think of us via channels, but we as marketers, we constantly think of channels. That's why we have job titles like social media manager, marketing automation manager, and things like that. Our customers think of us in a multi-channel world, just like the multi-channel world that you guys live in. So it's the combination of all of these interactions that make the difference. It's how we are online, it's how we are offline, it's social, it's email, it's direct mail. And one of the things that I'm really excited about working for a company like PFL is helping our customers and other companies bridge that gap for how we more effectively deliver in the medium that is most effective with their customers. And we do that by combining some technology that they can leverage in that MarTech landscape with the data to help them deliver it in a one-to-one fashion. So instead of making you do a mailing of 1,000 pieces, you can now do a mailing of one, and to that one individual who that piece is relevant to. And the content of that piece doesn't have to be the same as any other piece of content that you've ever sent to another customer. And that's powerful stuff. Once we've identified how we're going to focus on that customer, what those customer experiences are, we need to figure out how we're going to execute on it. And assemble the technology and the processes and the content around the context of those customers to help deliver that. And this is where you can look at that technology grid and try to figure out what technologies you need and you need to bring together. But make sure that you're looking at those technologies in a way that comes back to a couple of things. One, how do we map that to the context of the customer to deliver that desired experience to get the desired reaction? And what is the business challenge or problem that I'm solving for that customer? And if we're able to do this, it might just be the cape that you need to fly. Thank you.